tuning in to the Planet Pert podcast. This is a always press record production.
Welcome back, Planet Pert Podcast 2.0. 2.0. We in here with the squad, man, and we about to transition to this next shit, right? Top 5 producers of all times.
Yeah, man.
Yes, the architect.
The Pope.
Yeah, man.
You know what? I'm gonna open the floor up because we got 2 producers in the house. Y'all open it up, man. I want to hear what y'all say.
It's very difficult for me to give my list because I really actually wrote down a top 25 list, and I really wanted to put it. You know, I'm gonna probably do my top 25.
Okay.
And I'll probably do it on YouTube somewhere. I'm gonna display it. But just looking back at all the producers, and I'm talking about hits, not just people that make good beats. You know what I'm saying? My top 5, and I can't really give a good order. I gotta say Quincy Jones is probably the overall GOAT. The overall GOAT because of the way he's worked from being just a trumpet player, playing with Ray Charles in the 40s and the 50s, and then coming back into the 80s, you know, working in the 70s, doing scores of films, you know, doing theme songs for TV shows, you know, doing disco music, doing music with the Brothers Johnson, Strawberry 23, then jumping all the way up to Michael Jackson with Off the Wall, and then Thriller, which is probably the best pop album or the most popular pop album of all times.
Yes, indeed.
Can we say best album of all time?
It's kind of hard to say best album of all times. It's the most successful because they're really 2 different things. You know, because Thriller is not the most highest selling album anymore. Because you had the Eagles, they had the greatest hits that actually surpassed Thriller.
Okay.
However, it's the greatest hits. It's all of their hits.
Yeah.
It's not motherfucking Thriller.
It's a collection of
It's not Thriller. And I'm giving that nod. You know, for somebody that could work so long through so many different sounds, going from just using live drums and using live instruments all the way through, and then intermingling the technology with, you know, the old sound, having a little bit of disco on Thriller with the sound of the Linn drums, which is like an electronic drum. Because if you hear certain songs like Beat It, that's got like it's got a bounce in the beginning, but then it breaks down. You know, it's got the live drums that's playing on top of the program drums. And then, you know, Thriller as well. It's got the it's barely any live drums on Thriller, on the song Thriller.
Yeah.
You know, it's got a lot of synthetic sounds on it.
Okay.
They got certain keyboards and stuff that they use. I can't think of them off the top of my head. But, and then going into Bad, I mean, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my number 1.
All right.
Number 2 will be, and this, I can't really give them in an order.
Nah, it's no order.
But Teddy Riley, because of what he brought with the sound. And what I mean by what he brought with the sound, the whole New Jack Swing. He did Cool Mo D. He did the show with Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick. He helped with that song. You know, he's really built a sound from nowhere. He made Keith Sweat sound good.
Yeah.
He made motherfucking Make It Last Forever is one of my go-to albums. If I'm in my feelings, if I'm in my feelings, something just ain't right. I'm on that. That is what I'm on. You know, that's saved in my phone. I was mad for a long time because Tidal didn't have it.
Yeah.
But him working with Michael Jackson and coming with a new sound, having multiple boy groups or R&B male groups with Blackstreet and Guy, just developing artists, having sounds for people like Heavy D. You know, he's the the sound that he make and just the impact that he's made on our sound, our black music in the 80s. He was a brand new sound.
Yeah.
He's
Pioneer.
probably the next one that I'll add. Because, I got my obvious ones. And I got to go with Dr. Dre.
Okay.
Because Dr. Dre is really the architect of what we listen to nowadays. And now, you know what? Not Dr. Dre, yes. He borrowed a lot from Rick Rubin. But Dr. Dre made the Chronic.
Yes.
He made the Chronic.
Yeah.
He made Doggy Style. He developed Eminem. He made NWA, Niggas for Life. And to me, Niggas for Life is better than a lot of them other projects because of the sound.
Yeah, that shit.
Straight Outta Compton ain't better than Niggas for Life.
Niggas for Life.
Niggas for Life is a movie.
Yeah.
Straight Outta Compton is a collection of songs. Straight Outta Compton is a good project. Don't get me wrong, but people always think the first is the best.
Yeah.
And they think because Ice Cube wasn't there that it didn't mean as much.
Oh no,
but Niggas for Life it's a movie. It's a feel. Yes, they're talking about a lot of stuff that we going through today.
Yeah.
Having the issues with the police.
Okay.
And basically saying, man, you know what, man, we ain't on that. And then the whole first project, it's like it comes in sections. They talking about their blackness, using the word nigga.
Nigga, yeah.
You know what I mean? Just rapping really, really well on songs like Appetite for Destruction. What's the song? What's number? I think it's number 7. Always Into Something. That was like preeminent G-Funk sound.
Okay.
And then moving to the second half of the album where they just, it's real vulgar. They just disrespecting the hell out of women.
Yeah.
But it's so good the way he actually used some of the same samples multiple times. Like he used this Barry White sample. On the first part, he just used the drums on one song. And then on the next song, he used the bass line. So then they would go over and replay it. And how he did, that to me, that's why that album is so good.
Okay.
And then you got Doggy Style. That's another movie. 2001. Is another movie.
Another top 5.
He's one of the best engineers to me as a producer. That's another. As a matter of fact, he's the reason that I wanted to be a producer. He inspires me. If I listen to some of the stuff that he did, it makes me say, man, I need to go harder. I need to make that shit louder. It need to bang harder. You know what I mean? That really influenced my sound as a producer and as an engineer. I know sometimes people be like, man, what is you doing? I'm trying to get this shit right.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to loop these drums from this song and trying to get this other sample from this song. I've done it before.
Yeah.
For other songs. I'm just using, him to help me lay the foundation for who I am. I know I'm kind of breathy with this answer. So my third one would be Dr. Dre. The last two are always a little bit more difficult because they can change at any time. But Timbaland, he created a sound. A lot of people don't know that he did the drums on "No More Pain" by Tupac.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Didn't know that.
Yes.
He got that. He was the one that used to. He created that. No, he used to fuck up the drums, man. Remember when
it was a double time?
When Aaliyah came out with
that 1 in a Million. That song 1 in a Million made people change their whole production style. And it was probably even before that with Genuine when he did Pony.
Yeah.
That shit's so live.
Remember when Missy
The Rain.
Can't stand the rain.
The Rain by Missy Elliott. And then people didn't know that he was sampling. That's a song by Aaron Peebles too.
Oh yeah, he did a lot of
he sampled a lot too on that song, Big Pimpin'. Those are songs that really made me
the Batman shit.
The Knight Rider.
Yeah.
And just
the Indian shit. What he took from the Indian guy when he went to Thailand and he came back and
I know what you're talking about. That little high pitch.
And just how he he's worked with so many artists. He can do rap. He can do R&B. He's done pop music.
Okay.
You know, he can do some of every genre of music. You know, he's not afraid to take a chance. That's my fourth person. And the last one could really be, it really probably will be Manny Fresh. Manny Fresh, and it could be a tie with KLC too.
Ain't no tie, big.
No, because KLC, they had KLC. No, I won't say all beats by the pound now, because they not all the same. KLC, Craig B was probably the second best in beats by the pound, because he did The Man Right Here. You know, Craig B is filthy on the drums and on the music. He can really play. Yeah. You know, so it's hard to, like, when I get right there. But Manny Fresh, he did all of these projects. And then I don't even mean like the projects that came out after they got their deal.
No,
everything that they did before the deal, like all the BG project. He did all of Juvenile. To me, one of my favorite albums is Soldier Rags by Juvenile. Yeah. To me, that's his best album, not 400 Degrees. But we'll talk about that later. He's got a different level of vulnerability on there that he ain't got on 400 Degrees.
On that Soldier Rag, it was like he was talking to you.
He was like, I just came home from jail. Look how they played me. Kicked my door down, took my shit and tied up my old lady. Yeah. Man, like you done been through some shit, man. Yeah, and Juvenile, he brought the best out of Juvenile, because Juvenile was not just rapping over no goddamn bounce music. No. You know, he had some bounce in his songs, but the way he developed the sound for those guys, the way that he had even Baby rapping on songs like motherfucking Ballin', on Stuntin', the first Stuntin', the original Stuntin', you know. People don't want to give them their credit, but they are very, very their sound is still entrenched into what we do today. You know what I mean? And the thing I don't like now, they don't use as much live music. But Manny Fresh used a lot of live instruments. He used Funky Fingers. He used Beowulf on the keys. You know what I mean? You have to bring all these things together. He's just the person that you go to. But if I had to pick those guys, those are the ones that really influenced me the most. Even when I listen to Quincy Jones, when I listen to a mix, and especially if I'm doing R&B and I got to get those frequencies right, I'm listening to Quincy Jones and how he got those guys in there together, and how he can orchestrate and put it all together from a listener standpoint. And as a good musician, he knows the music so well. You know, that's why I have it kind of in that order. I could talk about it all day. That's what I do.
Yes, sir. Rodney, where you at? Where you at?
There you go. To come off of that, man, I don't know. I ain't that in depth. But man, I'm gonna start off like straight up, like going old school, I guess, to now, like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Yeah. He loved him some Janis.
Yeah, I mean,
he loved him some Janis.
You know, not just with, you know, just
Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis is GOAT level.
Yeah, Janet.
And you know, I could keep going. Like when you start naming Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, I could say, I could say Babyface.
Yes.
Babyface number 6. Babyface with all the stuff that he did for the soundtracks, how he had Bobby Brown sounding, bro.
That's why the top.
That's
why the top 5 is always.
And it's really like, it really like the type of music you like too. You know what I'm saying? Because like,
I mean, that matters.
Devontae Swain, dog. Jodeci.
Yeah, Devontae.
That's like that.
But you know, you got to give a lot of that credit. You got to give a lot of that credit to Al B. Sure too.
Yeah,
he straightened up a lot of the songs on that first "Forever My Lady."
Yeah,
you know, because they did those songs. But Al B. Sure is like the unspoken hero.
See, so it just, you know, it's a lot.
He said, so, I don't know which
Jimmy Jam, Devontae Swain, like Al B. Sure, give him his credit, of course. Too.
He ain't a 3 though.
No, and it's. I don't want to say top 5 because it's like, it's what I like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Your favorite 5.
And that's why I can't, you know, and then, of course, you gotta throw in Dr. Dre in there. Like, can't go away from that.
Right.
And then Timbaland, like you said, build a style like that changed. That changed some of the. I mean, that was like my. What is that? The most impressionable years right there.
Yes, absolutely.
Like right in high school, and it just. I mean, when you started beating on the table, it was. You just started, and every pattern started to just got engraved in us, man. And then, damn, dog.
That fifth one always hard.
And I mean, it's not even, it's just so many because,
squeeze
dude, because
the producers are not just necessarily always
beat makers.
Yeah.
Because we talk about beat makers.
And it's not just hip hop.
Yeah.
Because everybody had their home, because there was a time where, like, and I ain't throwing, but Lil Jon was, like, popping, dog.
Yeah.
Like, and he had some good shit.
R&B music.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Different R&B hit. Like,
Yeah, I
and he
remember
was
that.
that
He
crunk.
was the pop music at a time.
Yeah.
Lil
But,
Jon
like, I gotta throw like the Neptunes in there, dog.
Man.
I gotta throw the Neptunes.
Bad
I want
choice.
I want to throw Kanye like in there, but it's like the generation of years, and it's kind of toss up
It's
between
hard because you got
Kanye and
top five.
Neptunes. Yeah.
And it's nothing to do with his bullshit they've been
No,
doing.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Because he's a great producer, bro.
Yeah.
All the work that he even did with these 4 projects, or the 5 projects, that's good music.
Yeah.
It was all good.
And,
Okay.
damn, it was who
Number
did
6 bonus.
I know who did damn Common
Go, the Biggie album.
no Common's album
I love Common,
Jay
man.
Dilla.
Jay Dilla.
Donuts.
Oh,
Yeah.
he
Oh,
rapped,
Jay
yeah,
Dilla.
he rapped
Like,
about
you
Jay
see
Dilla.
You see what I'm saying? So it's
On your
just
list? Okay.
so that's my bad.
Nah, I mean, that's
But there we go.
Oh, shit.
There you go.
Hey, they took like 3 off my list. They took like 3 off my list already. Yeah,
But there's your one. All right, there's your one. So go ahead. So we got one. Jay Dilla.
Jay Dilla. 2 would definitely be Pete Rock.
Yeah.
3 would be
They reminisce over you.
Premier, DJ Premier.
From Houston. H-Time.
Always came through with the bangers.
Okay.
I can put him in. He in my top 25. Of course.
See, I gotta
I'm just gonna do hip hop because that's what I love. That's in my blood. Even
Go
though I
ahead.
don't
Give me
rap.
RZA.
Oh man,
Come on.
See, I didn't even think about RZA.
RZA.
He probably would have popped in my head.
A boom bap, man. Come on.
It's all right.
Where I'm at 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 4 would be Ant Banks.
Ant Banks is GOAT level.
Yeah.
Top 5, top 10.
Yeah.
And bang.
GOAT level. All the sound right now
Yes, sir.
that people listening to right now, that's
man.
Ant Banks, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Ant Banks. Like the whole, like the clap, that that motherfucking Ant Banks is the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Funky
He
motherfucker.
pulled it. Yeah, he pulled that one out of his hat right there.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a good one.
I would say Dr. Dre, but y'all already said him. And I'm pretty much everybody.
I think
Like,
Swiss Beats.
like, I like Swiss, but
Swiss don't have enough music,
I
bro.
don't think I would make him top 5.
Okay.
He had a sound, but he kind of like Metro Boomin or something.
I would say Marley Marl.
Yeah.
Yeah, he pretty much
You always digging in the
made
old school
me-
bag.
besides Rick Rubin, who was doing Run DMC shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because that really made me fall in love with hip hop when I was a kid. But Marley Marl, because he had all the dope MCs, Big Daddy Kane, Biz Markie, you know what I'm saying? Them niggas was killing it.
Yeah.
So they come on the radio, they had the dopest shit. So
Absolutely.
Marley Marl,
And then he stepped out and was doing good popular songs with LL.
Yeah.
Mama said knock you out.
Oh, hell
He
yeah.
did Round the Way Girl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so many good fucking
Where you at,
producers.
4?
That was 5.
That
5?
was 5.
That was 5.
Yeah.
All right. I'm you know I'm off. I'm left. I'm left. Y'all. I mean because
Spit it out.
Big Easy fan, right?
Yeah.
Yella. You know, I fuck with Yella, and I'm gonna stay ruthless, and I'm gonna hit y'all with the Bone Thugs, DJ Unique.
DJ Unique, man. He in my top 5. He's in my
Because
top 5.
the reason I say that is because he created a new sound, right? And Bone never sounded the same without him.
Without him,
you know what I
no,
mean? So
never.
So that's why I think I can label him in
Yeah.
in
He
that
sold so many
in that
records
tier, right? Yeah.
within sound.
So, and love it or hate it, man. Pimp C.
Okay.
Pimp C.
Yeah. I
He's
fuck
a
with the
great
Pimp.
ear. He knows good music.
Yeah.
And his predecessor to me is a predecessor, right?
Yeah.
Predecessor is Big Crit.
I knew you was gonna say it.
Love him.
I knew you.
Love him. I mean, I love him. Like, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, that's a talented dude.
Yeah. So it's a certain sound that when I hear, reminds me of my childhood, reminds me of my youth, reminds me of being an adolescent.
When everything was fun.
Yeah,
it was fun.
And like he recreates that sound for me, and I probably have to go with, Beats by the Pound, man. I know you went to KLC, but I'm going Beats by the Pound.
KLC will be it's a toss up between them two, but it's really hard to get your
producer.
top 5.
Yeah, it's not produced because it was but I would consider y'all to be. I couldn't say Duke or Rodney. I would have to be like ER. You feel me? Like I had to, because the brand, right? So I'm talking brand when I speak that. And yeah, man, that was one of my top. And we run the Dre, but Manny Fresh for his originality in the South. And I feel like without him, without him, Pimp C, and fucking Beats by the Pound. I mean, I don't think the South really has a sound.
No.
Oh, the Dungeon Family.
Dungeon Family, nice.
If you're gonna go to, if you're going,
Dungeon Family.
Yeah.
Shit, Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah.
Jermaine Dupri. Jermaine Dupri.
That's
I named like
hard.
7.
Jermaine Dupri.
That's why I said the top 25 list.
It's hard, but
I think we
There's a lot of them.
we getting top 25 almost.
Yeah, right.
Ain't nobody even say Barry Gordy name. You know what I'm saying? Barry Gordy's in my top 5.
He was not really a musician.
No, but he
put it together.
But he was an orchestrator.
Smokey Robinson.
Smokey Robinson
is the one.
He's the guy.
He
He created the Temptation sound, man. You know what I mean? He wrote a lot of those hits, bro.
He wrote a lot of.
That's why I would put him before Barry Gordy.
Okay, I dig
because Smokey Robinson was like.
Would you say Marvin Gaye?
Marvin Gaye, I would say Leon Ware.
I would say Prince.
Leon Ware, because Leon Ware helped him to make. To me, one of my top albums of all time is Marvin Gaye, I Want You. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of creepy because he was fiending over this 16-year-old girl. But it was times were different.
Kelly shit.
It was different at that time. I don't think they had the laws. They were not as like they are now.
I look at that song very differently now.
But yeah, I do.
You fucked it up for me.
Yeah, you're right. But at the same,
you gotta think about go back to your great grandpa, great grandma. They probably married somebody.
That's a top.
They married a 16.
We touched on it at 1.0, and that's a topic for another day because you looking like Jerry Lewis, right?
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Jerry Lee Lewis.
He married his 13-year-old cousin.
Right. So, it's a lot of.
Yeah, the society was different back then.
Different.
Fine. I don't go there.
We just know.
I ain't going there.
He was wrong for
I'm
that.
trying to get sponsors. Hey, Popeyes.
Derek
Lewis got the sponsor.
That's whack.
We don't do that here. Yeah, but go ahead, D.
Oh yeah, I was saying Barry Gordy / Smokey, Quincy Jones, of course. Rick Rubin. DJ Unique. A lot of people don't talk about DJ Unique, bro.
Facts.
When Bone came out, it was something that we never heard before. These dudes were like fucking boys to men.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They fucking were doing doo-wop. And
Trey calls it a barbershop quartet.
Say, man, this motherfucker sampled. People don't know this motherfucker sampled a fucking sound from a video game that we used to play called Eternal Champions, bro.
It's 2 songs
off a fucking video game.
RZA did that off Castlevania.
That shit was. I was like, yo, nigga, are you for real? That shit always stuck in my head, man. So he's in my top 5.
Okay.
And that last one. Bro, man, I don't know. It's so many.
Pick one.
It's so many. Dude.
Spotlight's on you.
I'm gonna have to say Dre because it would be sacrilegious not to put Dre in there because Dre helped create a soundtrack for that whole. But not just the city, but when those movies like. Boys in the Hood and Menace to Society and Colors and things, you know, when that early 90s, late 80s,
feel
in between 88 and 93, he created a soundtrack for that era.
I think he owned 20 years though, regardless.
You know what I mean?
Regardless of whether he's putting music out or not,
and then
albums out
he's still connected to the hottest artist today.
Can I give you a sleeper?
Kendrick. Yeah.
Can I give you a sleeper?
I got a sleeper too.
Warren G.
He made motherfucking Regulator.
Because Warren G. But without Dre, there's no G, right?
Yeah.
Without Dre, there's no a lot of people. But without that G-funk sound.
Daz Dillinger, nigga.
See, Daz was actually, before I went to take a piss, Daz was on my fucking list, but I ain't gonna go back there. But Daz is actually on my list, right?
Yeah.
But no, seriously.
Yes.
And then some of the song, Danny Boy.
Yeah,
on the back end of the pocket. He get paid, but he made a lot of those dope ass beats. You're right. There's no top 5.
Really, it's hard to do a top 5.
How do you feel about DJ Quick?
DJ Quick
top 25.
You ain't gonna get in the car right here.
We got 5 more hours, man. Let's do this.
The thing, and this is why, you know, it's so hard. You can't really pick. The reason I broke it down the way I did is because I look at how they develop talent.
Okay.
And who came from up under their umbrella.
No doubt.
You know, if you look at a person like Dr. Dre, the umbrella of people he did. He did Michelet. He did DOC. He did Eazy-E.
Last week, yeah.
He did motherfucking Snoop Dogg. He did
Eminem.
He did the Firm. He did Eminem.
Yeah.
You know, he did himself.
I forgot he did the Firm.
He worked with 9-inch nails.
The Game.
You know what I'm saying? He worked with Trent Reznor. The Game, 50 Cent. You know, How We Do is a great song. You know, by 50 Cent in The Game.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he did In the Club. Because really that sound, and a lot of the sound that the producers like Manny Fresh and them used was based off a lot of stuff that Dr. Dre did.
Maybe after that, but you...
No.
But wait,
the drum sound, the drums, that big old 808 and that big
in the
snare.
club?
Well, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about,
trap music came from Pimp C. I don't give a fuck when nobody say the drum, before you go, the drum roll and the claps.
Scarface, bro.
Listen,
Mr. Scarface.
Can I dig into I'm talking about the trap sound, the drum rolls, the hi-hats, the snares, bro.
Okay, you talking about the sound.
The sound, not the music, right?
Country
that
rap,
shit came from
country
Pimp C,
rap, trap.
and that shit came from Manny Fresh, bro. Because Texas T used to do that same fucking drum roll on beats, but that was his ear, right? Was that Manny Fresh Pimp C sound?
But you know they got that from Dre.
Dropping up.
I have to go into my.
I know what song was that?
I mean, let me see. Hold on.
Was that that was on the Chronic?
Hold on, let me see. This was
also, that was on that Bitches Ain't Shit.
Similar, but I'm talking about the double tap snare with the roll and the hi-hat roll too. You're right. I know what song you're talking about. I got you. Like, yes. What
they just took and put their own little twist on it.
What I'm saying is the creator of the South song, right? Because a lot of people, you know, and off topic, but a lot of people give Atlanta trap music birth.
Yeah.
A lot of the sound, though, if we really want to be technical about it,
a lot
of that sound was the New York early sound.
It was the commercialism of it.
If you want to really be technical,
they kind of when it went
the electronic sound.
They were right there. Let's get off of the beats. I'm not talking trap drums because people have trap beats, but they don't have trap songs.
Because the speakers are.
Yeah, they don't have trap lyrics is what I'm talking about. I'm not pocket full of stones, cocaine in the back of the ride.
Yeah.
Like, listen to Jeezy. Jeezy pays the homage.
Yeah.
That's why when Atlanta tries to take full credit for that, like, I feel a way about that, bro. Because I feel like that's a Texas sound. Like,
of course. It's Texas and Tennessee.
Most of them dudes say, hey, man,
Texas and Tennessee.
We grew up listening to UGK and 8 Ball and MJG. That's who we listen to. Them two groups. 8 Ball MJG and UGK.
Yes.
those are the biggest influence on rap wise, culturally. That's the biggest influence on my life.
So
like that shit. The pictures and the story that they were painting.
This is a topic earlier in the year.
Yeah.
Of they were talking game changers. And then all these New York niggas like Jay-Z, like, nah, I can't really say Hov. And I was like, yeah, but Wayne started rapping like Hov. Chris and Neefy sounded just like Hov. So Hov was a game changer. And he actually, like that style, right? These niggas said UGK. He was like, oh, no, I would say Ghetto Boys before UGK. But I was like, nobody really rapped like Scarface.
Yeah.
Their favorite rapper. A lot of the East Coast guys' favorite rapper is Scarface.
I know. You know it's his birthday today. Shout out to Scarface. Happy birthday.
Oh, shit. Happy birthday.
They was on Instagram bigging him up all day today.
I'm talking about game changers of the style, the art of the rap changed to that, right? So when trap music came, everybody wanted to sell dope, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about game changing is actually more than just whether someone even wants to rap like you or not.
Yeah.
But I was listening, somebody tagged me in some CC Waterbound. And I was like, God damn, I forgot about CC.
Shit right
Them
there.
niggas, Bun B and Pimp C must have produced that whole fucking album because it sounded like a UGK fucking 1993 album, bro.
It was like Trill ENT shit.
Yes, but it's hard to even describe, bro, because it was still very, very good to this day.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm talking about with game changing. It's like people wanted to emulate the style. And I brought up to them, like, you know, Hov killed that nigga Hov got killed on Big Pimpin' by Bun B.
Had to go back and add a
do
verse.
the remix. Yeah. My stamina be enough for Pamela Anderson Lee, MTV, jamming the weed, made me wait too long. And Hov got killed on the fucking Juvie Han remix. Facts.
I don't remember.
Facts, nigga, because he couldn't even keep the Hov didn't.
He was just trying to chase the fame.
But
his verse wasn't all.
Yeah,
thank you, because he didn't elevate to the Han shit, right? Because if I'm on Han, you ask me to come on that hoe. Like if I ask Ludacris to come on Han,
like
Ludacris
like
go
Juvenile.
Han and kill me, right? Yeah. Wayne or Han and kill me. Like Hov kind of did his own thing, and I was like, it's cool, but
that was when they had the little tour going on, right?
Yeah,
the Cash Money.
They started working together. Yeah, because Juvenile was actually on Volume 3 on the Snoopy track. You know, so they had worked together.
Yeah. And man, you know, one of the first times I actually heard 50 was on Juvie. And I put them on 50 before 50 was even popping. He was on 600 Degrees.
Yeah.
Because Wayne dropped 500 and then Juvie dropped to 600 under the UTP Uptown Projects. So he dropped that underneath that umbrella. And 50 was on like 2 or 3 tracks. That's when he was just like, I'm a grimy ass shit talker, something, New Yorker. Like that same shit they used before. Again, he actually came up on that's when Juvie left Buck in California.
Oh, okay.
And that's why 50 picked up Buck. Like hip hop mysteries, bro. Like it's a whole circle of why they were in the position that they were in. But Juvie left because Bird said, I'm gonna give you $5 million. So Juvie went, and if we did some shit together, and then it didn't work.
Right after
and nigga told me right now, and I started working with Timmy Cali and me and Tim Poppin'. And Duke said, nigga, I got $5 million for it. I'm like, hey man, I gotta first flight out, right? Gotta go get the bag, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like that was one of the first times I heard 50 as an artist. So here was the argument with me with that, right? And I want everybody to chime in on that. 50 didn't have a Southern style?
He had a bit of he borrowed a little bit. He just had like more he had like East Coast tracks because they had to still play towards that East Coast sound at the time because of, you know, he was from Queens.
Okay.
But you know, when they started doing other songs, especially when they got to the Games project,
that's not his style.
And I was gonna say, unlike a lot of New York rappers,
he was just switching it.
50 ain't talking a whole lot of metaphors and all that shit.
Yeah, no, he simplifies it.
He came right to you, and then he would hit you with melodies. Sometimes he would get harmonic and melodic.
But where did that? You don't think melodies came from the South?
I think he fucked with the South.
He really was. He really kind of.
Come on, big baby. Come on. I see your face.
I mean, what are we talking about?
No, I'm saying the melodic style that he came with. So you're saying he had a lot of melodies and he was melodic, but that style didn't come from the South, and not even before Nelly, bro. Like it's niggas used to I didn't realize Pimp was the nigga singing this whole time until after he died, and I was like, that was Pimp on those songs. I had Bun above Pimp.
You know, I seen an old interview with Bun and 50 were hanging out together.
No,
they were
50
Solo or somebody
man,
like that.
50 is 50 has a lot of South roots. That's why I think.
Well, I mean, even if you listen to his granddad talk, he don't sound like no New Yorker.
But his granddad is like
from the islands.
The heart is the South. Most people came up in the South. They moved to get jobs in the North, or because of the racism, to get away from it, or they moved to the West Coast.
Yeah.
Okay.
So most of these generations, the older generations, are from the South.
Yeah. They would move from Texas to California, and they would go to Chicago.
Yeah, and I remember in the beginning it wasn't no black folks in the northern states.
So
they migrated.
My last spin and my last topic is going to be. In the 90s, why was it so much conflict for the South from other coasts? Because Source magazines, right? This is the prime of. I know you can say Benzino with it, but I just want to know like why album like that we talk about 400 Degrees as an East Coaster, as a nigga from the South, as a nigga from Louisiana, nigga from Texas, wherever the hell you from. Like you could put 400 in a top 5 album of all time.
I'm gonna put it to you like this: there's just a bit of bias. There was so much bias, man, but that's the beauty of Revolution. You know, because if you think about it, I still feel some kind of way about the Source not rating East 1999 Eternal, because they never rated East 1999 Eternal. East 1999 Eternal is probably one of the most successful rap albums of all time, and it's not a double album. It's not a pop album like the Black Eyed Peas. It's not like Outkast or something like with a double album or anything like that. They were not even. They was gangster rappers. They rapped about killing people, smoking weed, water, killing police, and they made that shit sound so fucking great. To me, that's out of my top.
It's on my phone right now. I can't argue with you.
It sounded beautiful.
It was the greatest, and that's what people are doing today. They influenced the game so much, but they've never gotten credit because of people like Benzino or whoever was running, Dave Mays that was running the Source.
Right.
And you also had people like was the guy Tommy Mottola would not allow a budget for Breakdown. She had to shoot her own video for Breakdown, Mariah Carey. You know, they did not really. They did not There's a video for Breakdown. A lot of people don't even know it, but she had to do that herself because the record company, Tommy Mottola, did not support it. They didn't want to support the song, and that's probably one of her most popular songs. You know what I mean? And other little things happening.
I jammed the shit out of that one.
You know, Biggie dying in an untimely fashion. Tupac dying in an untimely fashion.
That hurt the rap.
And then having songs with both of them.
And they have songs with both of them. They have to perform those songs everywhere they go. To me, that's my favorite rap group of all time. We'll get on that subject, I guess, on another podcast. And then we can talk about top 5 albums or whatever. That's one of my top 5. It's probably number 3. It could be number 1, 2, or 3 depending on the week. But if you in my car, you're gonna hear some Bone.
Okay.
You're gonna hear some motherfucking Without Warning, 21 Savage, Metro Boomin. But that's gotta play. I play Bone. I listen to Bone all day, every day, every single day. I try to let it go, but it just keep coming back.
It comes back. Like
you know what I mean? Because it's so good. But everything that these guys are doing now, that's the same thing Bone was doing 20 years ago.
It is like they're like the grandfather of this.
They're the Grateful Dead of rap.
So when
they're like the most unappreciated.
When the Migos came out to my they the best rap crew ever, blah 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 blah, all that other stuff.
No,
so,
Migos the new Bone Thugs and Harmony. Remember that motherfucker said that shit on one of them songs?
Yeah, but you know that in itself is crazy because
to me there's no one you can't
you disrespect
nothing. I ain't gonna say disrespectful because people because somebody told them that. Yeah. And then that's why they said
you can't be the new Bone Thugs without Bone Thugs being the original Bone Thugs. That's my point.
And not only that, like I said before, these motherfuckers was like a gangster ass boys to men. There's nothing I can.
So,
bro, there was a bass, a baritone, a alto, and a fucking soprano.
It was a barbershop quartet.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Was it not?
No.
Huh?
Then you had crazy.
And when them niggas get to blending that shit was beautiful. They were just rapping about some gangster crazy ass shit.
You can like Crazy Bone can hit like 2 notes. He can falsetto one.
Yo, there's never been anything in rap like that.
And it's hard.
No.
And I get upset a little bit. I be in my feelings because of, like we said, there's a bias of, and we talk about the South. I know you were saying about the South. The reason the question is about the South.
Right.
They're from the Midwest, which they have connection to the South because they were back. Lazy Bone was back and forth to Texas. He got family here. You know what I mean? They would come down here and stay with people when they had shows and shit. You know, so they have a connection to the South. They have a certain soulfulness in them that you can only get out of the South.
Fucking Flesh and Bone, they was like huge fucking.
They love Ghetto Boys. They love the Ghetto Boys. They have a connection
huge
to
Ghetto Boys. And they came down here doing songs with the Fifth Ward Boys. And
absolutely, they got a song with the Fifth Ward Boys. People don't even know it.
Flesh and Bone.
Never heard that. No.
Yes, we gonna play it. We'll play it.
Yeah.
I think it's called "The Death Is Calling." I believe it's on their Rated G album.
Yeah.
So to close. This is from my New Yorker.
Oh, you know we seen Busy down there.
We did, but
man, I'm trying to get him in here for some studio time. I'm gonna chat him because he's real cool.
No, he'll fuck with you.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna just give it to him.
I'm about to put you in the spotlight.
If I can get that under my belt, bro. Roddy, you gonna be mad if I don't take the money?
Nah, I got it.
If I can say I recorded Busy Bone, nigga, I will be done. Because if I can get him, I can get the rest of them. You know what I mean? That would be fucking. That would like make my career. I'd be like, fuck it.
We didn't want to bother when we saw him out, and that's why we were drinking and.
I'm a fanatic.
I know. We saw him too. I know, me too. And I was like, he looking at us like, nigga, come take the picture, nigga. Sipping his wine out of straw and shit. Like, he did, because he kept looking back at us, and we just like, yeah, nigga, we know it's you, nigga. Like, because nobody else knew, because we the only niggas in there, old head niggas at least, that knew who the fuck he was. So,
and give that nigga his props while he's still here, man.
No. Shout out Busy. Shout out Busy, man.
Shout out to my guy Derek Hines from H Factor too, because back in the Gap, he used to record Busy down here. He got songs with Busy Bone.
Nice.
You know, and Busy Bone is a real regular nigga. You know what I'm saying? He a cool dude. You know, from what I understand. You know, everybody temperamental sometimes, but he'll work with you. He did that song with Joker the Bail Bondsman. Ain't nothing like money in a Ziploc bag. That's my shit. That beats so Reggie, but that fucking song go hard as fuck.
Yeah, hit that hoe.
Man. Yeah, that was
That's my shit though.
Damn, I forgot about that.
I don't give a fuck.
And y'all know what is funny?
I'll let you go, bro. We could talk all night, but I want to put Big Baby underneath the microscope right now, man. So this is one thing that I noticed coming up, right? All of our youth, at least in the 90s, at least to like 96, 95, we had to watch New York hip hop on TV all the time. All the limelight, MTV, BET, VH1, whatever the fuck was popping, the fucking box, right? We had to watch this New York shit all the time, right? We adapted to it because I thought Nas' name was Nas when I first saw it because, you know, Nash, whatever. But I think why did it take New York so long to accept the South? And then bullshit because in accepting the South, French Montana sounds like he's from the fucking South.
Budget has a lot to do with that.
What was the nigga name? I'm hot. This is why I'm hot. Hey, I'm hot, right? So
Mims.
So that's just a question. As a New Yorker, I would like an answer to that. And it's your own personal opinion, right? It doesn't speak for the whole New York, but I just want to know why did it? But we accepted you, and we had to actually rap like you to be noticed back then.
I think it had to do with two different factors. I mean, when the West Coast started popping, a lot of people didn't like that shit. Okay, so the West Coast is popping, they getting bread. So then the South starts coming up. You know what I'm saying? Style is a little bit different, slower, a little bit more basic. Even more than the West Coast style. So East Coast is looking at the shit is dying. Like, you know what I'm saying? We feel like the West Coast fucked it up. Now these niggas is just gonna kill it. And it's not gonna be like how it was supposed to be. But change isn't bad. It's not all the time.
Right.
It's
You
scary.
know what I'm saying?
That's what it is.
The thing is about us as a people is that we can do the same shit and make it look different. That's just us being us. You know what I'm saying? So just because the South slowed it down, you know what I'm saying, doesn't mean they fucked it up. That means, you know what I'm saying, they just put their own twist to it, and it's just as good, if not better.
And a lot of it has to do with what you're shown about another place. Like, you don't see when you knew you were finna move to Texas, what you thought you were finna see when you came down here?
Cowboys,
and tumbleweed. Facts. When I moved to Louisiana,
because that's what you think you gonna see.
Oh, they got buildings?
Yeah.
My cousin thought she would see us riding horses.
Yeah. So you gonna see some of those things. But you gonna see motherfuckers on horses riding through the city, riding down.
In South Acres, if you go to Active Avenue at a certain time of day on a Saturday or even during the week, you gonna see horses up and down the street because you got the South Acres on the
You might catch a couple.
So you know
why you get your top 5?
What you shown a lot of times about other regions, and you haven't been there yet.
Yeah.
So you have already a preconceived notion about what these people are like. You know what I mean? When you see Mississippi or some shit like that, they only show you like motherfucking Mississippi burning or some nigga hot as hell.
When Alabama, I think
with some motherfucking redneck rolling up on and throwing beer cans at them or some shit. They don't show you that Biloxi is a beautiful fucking city with motherfucking lights and a beautiful ass boat right off the coast.
Listen, brother, 2018, my family still believes that like the Klan is running openly out here. I'm like, yo, they out here, but everybody got it.
Right.
Everybody heavy out here. And you know what I'm saying? So they not gonna do that shit because they know it's coming right back at them.
Right.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's not like what you think it is. White boy roll up talking that shit, you gonna get beat down.
Facts, man.
You know,
facts.
And that's what they don't understand.
And they in New York too,
and then I'm like, and that's one of the most racist, and it's the most racist places in the world.
Yeah, they're everywhere. They're everywhere, man.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever escape all of that, man. I don't think we can ever talk about everything we want to talk about in one day.
Man,
but
let me just say this, bro, because I got to fuck with your head one time.
Okay.
I'm watching some shit on my on TV. It's called Gaia, Gaia.
Okay.
These motherfuckers, it's like a scientific channel, like Nature, PBS, and shit. These motherfuckers then found a motherfucking mummy in Peru.
Okay.
3 fingers, 3 toes.
Okay.
Not human.
No.
Not human.
No. Okay.
And they just unearthed this shit. They just unearthed this shit in the fucking jungles of Peru in some fucking tomb You know, because you know they used to build the tribes build the little pyramids and shit out there, carvings of the fucking alien figures in the rocks and shit.
Yeah.
And they're fucking running DNA tests on this shit.
Look here, man.
And it's not they don't have a record of this DNA.
The signs are here. They've been here. I'm going to my science bag, and there's super Earths.
We got to get on that tomorrow.
Yeah. We can jump.
I'm gonna show you.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave a cliffhanger on that. The signs are here. They've already been here. There's a connection of spirituality in the universe that human beings have lost. Because we're stuck inside a box. We're in a box right now. Everybody's ready to look at their box and see what their box is going to tell them, what the box on the box tells them to tell them. That's your social media, going into your phone, going back into sitting into this room, to the TV, to everything that we do. We're boxed in. We're out of touch with reality. We're out of touch with our spirituality, right?
Because we're not as one with
because even when you go into religion, you go back into what? Your box.
Yeah.
You go into your book. It's your box,
you're
right?
To take care of it. You're supposed to take care of it. There's signs, and we can go deep into that bag. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna dive in there deep with you. I'm gonna go check that shit out, bro.
I told you I watch science shows every night before I go to bed. And
they
when we
found this fucking mummy, dude.
It's not mind blowing to me.
They found the fucking mummy. That motherfucker like this.
Why? Okay, I'm gonna end it like this, right? And I'm gonna cliffhang you.
The people
there was pyramids. There was pyramids in where?
Oh man.
There was pyramids in where? Egypt, right?
And South America, in Central America.
These people didn't travel, right?
There's no way they were oceans apart.
So we experienced the same experiences, even going deeper into that, into our dreams, right? Raise your hand if you had a falling dream. Teeth ever fell out?
No.
All that, yeah. Mine.
So we have a deeper connection than what we actually allow ourselves to believe at times, right? When people tell me ghosts aren't real, I'm like, I seen ghosts. Like, how are you going to tell me? Okay, your computer glitches, right? Like life simulation. Not saying that it's a game, but there's loopholes and there's glitches in life.
Things that we don't understand.
We never will understand those supernatural things, and we will get deeper and deeper into this on Planet Pert Podcast 2.0. Y'all tune in next week, because, hey, man, we're going into our X-Files, man. Hey, man, Black Label, it's been a pleasure. ER, you already know what it is, man. Duke, Rodney, amazing producers. Please, plug your socials.
You can find me. I'm normally clowning on motherfucking Facebook all day, every day. I got fans on there. They not my fans.
The meme master. He has a PhD in memes.
Yeah, I'm trying to study for my bachelor's right now. When I start making my own memes and they're funny, that's when I'll be the GOAT. But you can find me on Facebook. My name is Derrick Rhodes, DERRYK. Last name R-H-O-D-E-S. If I don't add you, don't get offended, because that is my personal page. But you can find me on Instagram at The Black Label Truth. TheBlack LABELTRUTH. Just how it sounds. I was taught to spell and write the right way. I've been reading since I was pre-K, so I'm a stickler. But I might say there, or there. It depends on how fast I'm typing. But yeah, it's The Black Label Truth. Same is on Snapchat. On Twitter, it's Black Label Truth. But that's it for me. That's all I'm on right now. And our website will be full-fledged soon, blacklabelhouston.com.
Hey.
We got some stuff on there, but it's not complete yet. But you can still go and see a little bit of the work that we've done. So blacklabelhouston.com. You
got Rodney. You can check me out on Instagram, The Locksmith. That's THALOCKSMITH. The Locksmith.
That's because he be on them keys,
on
man.
On them keys, you know what I'm saying? So, on them keys, not moving them keys. On them keys.
On the piano keys, fans.
Big dip now. But you can catch me on that, man. Snapchat, same thing. Catch on Snapchat, like you say, blacklabelhouston.com. Check that out. It will be full-fledged and going soon. You can still get in touch with us on there. Check us out. Got the tracks, got the mixing, master production. It's there.
Yes, everything.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Houston's own, man. Houston's own, man. You know, it is what it is, man. We'll check you out next week. I got Big Baby for sure. I got Tim in this. I got D in here, man. And you already know what it is, man. It's been a pleasure, man. Planet Pert Podcast.
Thank you for tuning in to the Planet Pert Podcast. Shout out, Stu. This is a always press record production.